And I want to be very clear. We're going to do it by taking a fiscally responsible approach, because we know that the federal funds will eventually run out, and that's why we're not banking on them for the future. We're not creating recurring expenses or new programs we can't pay for. So for the first time ever, with smart planning, New York will have no out-year gaps. All these commitments are either one-time expenditures or are supported by the expectation of a reasonable growth in revenue as projected by our Division of Budget. So we have the means to respond to this historic moment with an historic level of funding. And what we have achieved with the blueprint I'm printing today is both a plan that is socially responsible and fiscally prudent. And as I learned working on 14 balanced municipal budgets with much smaller numbers, but with the same philosophy, you have to prepare for the rainy days, even when there's not a cloud in the sky, because the rain, or where I come from, the snow, eventually does fall. So we're prepared for the downturns as well. Just remember where we were 2 years ago today, and suddenly how our world changed forever. As we assess the risks, we do have concerns about long-term economic erosion caused by the pandemic and the impact of inflation, and even, I hate to say it, but possible resurgence of COVID. We just can't predict the future. But I want to assure New Yorkers that we are prepared. And that's why we're making these investments with those worst-case scenario calculations built in, and committing resources every year until the state has reserves of at least 15% of operating spending. That's what the experts recommend, and it's what we're going to do for the future leaders, for future generations, and for the future health of our state.